Today I'm going to show you a really quick tip on how to save hundreds of gigabytes of space. This helped me in like a pinch, and I'm hoping it'll help you too. So let's get right into it. Okay, this tip is going to be specifically for Final Cut Pro, but I'm sure it will apply to probably DaVinci and Premiere Pro just the same. So you might just have to do the steps a little bit differently, but I'm sure the same concept will apply. And this all has to revolve around file management. And file management is important because not only does it keep you organized, but it also can save a ton of space, which is what we're talking about today. And if you know anything about video and SD cards and hard drives and all that, space is important and it can fill up really, really quickly. Okay, I'm gonna open up Final Cut Pro and I'm gonna show you how to do this. So what we're gonna do is create a new library, and I'm just going to put it in a folder I've already created on this hard drive. So let me just find that real quick, scroll down here. And we'll just leave it untitled and we'll save it in there. So what this does, you can see now Final Cut has created a library. So within the library you put your events and then your project inside that. So really the tip comes in handy right now. So right when Final Cut creates the library, what we're going to do is go over here to the right hand side where it says library properties and storage locations. We're going to modify the settings on storage locations. What this is going to do is bring up where your media is currently being stored, where motion content's being stored, cache, and backups. Cache and backups are the big two. We're also going to change media. This is really simple, really quick video today. Media. We're going to go choose the folder that we're going to take our footage from. So for this example project, let's just go to a different one and pretend like we're going to pull in all this raw footage from this. So this footage would typically be in this folder, but there's nothing in there. So what the heck, I'll just use this one. So what I'm going to do is select in my folders where all my raw footage is. I'm not going to select the raw footage itself, but just the folder it lives in, titled footage. So I'm going to choose that, and then what that's going to do is going to make sure that all the media is being stored is from that folder. And then later on there's another setting that you can change, that when you import that media it makes sure you do not make duplicates of all your footage. That's really important as well. But the most important part is this cache file. So what Final Cut naturally does is takes this cache and it puts it in the library, and it takes all the backup files and it puts it in Final Cut Backups. That can be really, really complicated to find, and sometimes your cache files for your project will end up being almost or as big as the project itself. You don't need them. You can delete it at any time. So I'm going to show you how to access those really easily, because it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. Now you're going to be able to see it and get rid of it right away. Trust me, it's going to save you a ton of space. So we're just going to go cache. We're going to change the location on this. We're going to go back to our new file where all of the details of this project are being stored. I have a separate folder for my Final Cut Pro project that I move everything in. So the project itself, the project file itself will live in here. I'm also going to select this folder for the cache to live in, and I'm also going to select that same folder for the backups to live in. Now, once I go to my Finder, if I was doing anything in this, here you can see is right now this project is up here because I'm using this separate folder as an example. But in a typical project, this Final Cut Pro folder would have the project itself and the cache, and then you can just simply see the cache right here, right click, delete. And then same with backup files. You can do this at any point in the project. It's not going to screw anything up, but it's going to save you, like I said, hundreds of gigs of space. I was able to basically half my space on a 2 terabyte drive and double the space available just because of this simple hack. One more bonus trick I'll show you I'm just going to import some media so that you can see, and I'll just take from this, I don't have footage of that anymore. I will just take from a YouTube channel really quick, and my goals, and import this footage. So I will click on the footage folder. Before you import, make sure up here on the right side, files, leave files in place. That's going to make sure it doesn't duplicate files, and then keywords from folders. That just makes everything simple, so everything is aligned with exactly how you see it in your Finder folder, and it's not duplicating all that footage just to then put it in the same project. Anyway, I told you it'd be quick. That's all I have for you today. If you've got any storage space or any other Final Cut Pro tips or tricks, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. If you have other questions, let me know. Otherwise, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit like if you like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.